So next up, let's talk about after we've have a couple of clips done. I want to start working with effects. There's a couple areas you can work with effects. Two top ones I want to talk about right now is in the transition button between the music note and the text tool. We have the transitions button, and obviously we have different type of blurs. You can see right here. Once you click it, they appear. Once you select your category, we got zoom, we got a zoom blur, and if you hover your mouse over, it pretty much gives you an example of what it would look like, especially if you highlight a clip. Let's highlight a clip, get a better idea of possibly what this could look like. We have different types of dissolves: cross dissolve, fade to color, lights, movements, objects, replicator clones, stylize, and wipes. The top two that you will see in film and television obviously would be dissolves, and your cross dissolve is your basic one. So let's drag it. Let's place it between two clips, or we could put it at the end of a clip. When you can use it is where it'll appear. Notice in the beginning, between these two clips, say if I want to fade between these two clips, I can't do it because I use the entire clips, and you need at least 8 seconds of video to load up a fade. I don't have enough video to do that, so I can't place the fade there. So I have to put it at the end of the clip. And I'm also going to put a cross dissolve at the beginning of the clip. And let's bring the indicator back, hit spacebar, and there you did. You saw it fade from black, right? And this is a clip. I can extend this. I can, notice I can drag this out on each one, make this fade a little longer, or I can make it shorter. Let's play it now. Slower fade. More dramatic. And slower fade out to make it a little bit more dramatic at the ending at the same time. So that's how you would do a fade. Let's highlight and delete that, or dissolve as they call it. Wipes is another popular one. You have a center wipe, you have a circle wipe, you have the old school clock wipe, you have a letter X between it. I just want a basic wipe in the middle. And we can wipe, let's see, we'll let us put one on the end. Again, there's not enough video because I've taken whole clips, so I can't do it between clips right now because I took the whole clip. But let's put it at the beginning. And let's put another wipe at the end. And let's hit spacebar here. Actually, I'm going to drag it though first. Make the wipe a little longer. And let's hit spacebar. And there it is. Went right across the screen. Now, even with effects, notice if I click the effect, I can make some changes here. I can change the direction of the wipe. Notice the wipe can go from up, the wipe can go from down, or the wipe can go from the right. You can also decide which kind of curve you want your audio, if there's audio on the clip to itself. Now it's the same thing with the cross dissolve. Let me put that cross dissolve back on, drag it, put it on top. If I hit that, again, notice it's on the video, your cross dissolve, the ease, you want it on in and out, if you want it on both the beginning and the ending, and again, it gives you some audio functions. So, again, the great thing about Final Cut 10 is that you get the preview. If you hover your mouse over, it kind of shows you what the effect would actually look like, which is really good. So that's some basic video wipes with the transitions button. Next to the little camera for pictures for your iPhoto, you also have the effects browser. And this is a really good browser to use. It shows both video and notice audio effects. So video, notice the first one. I'm just going to click the first one here. Bring my mouse over and I'll delete these transitions so we don't have them on the screen. And I'm just going to take this video here. I'm just going to drag 1950s and turn it into black and white, just like that. Notice right here in the inspector, I can change the amount to this if I want it to be darker, lighter. I have the option to change that. So you have some adjustments once you put the effect on. It's right under effects, it'll say 50s TV, and you can adjust it. I'm going to hit Command Z and take that out, that effect. Right? And they have other ones right here. They have aged film. And you just take it, and you just plop it right on the screen itself. And right there, it adjusts the video to how you want it to look. There's a cast for night casting. Look at that, just like that. Just by dragging it onto the clip, you have all these different types of filters. And notice if I just click each one of these, it shows you what it would look like on your video. The desert glare, what a drop shadow would look like, what a dream would look like on a video, what the dry heat would look like. They have all these different type of video filters, which are great. Um, so right now I'm selected, it's all video and audio. So if I just go to video and select all, it's going to show every single one. And even as I pass it, they have sci-fi, they have raindrops, romantic, security cameras. And we have all these different type of filters that you would want your footage to possibly be in. Or you can go by category, so they take the ones, distortion, light, nostalgia, newsprint, that's an interesting one, right? Also underneath you'll find audio ones, so I disabled my audio. Let's hit the V button, let's get that audio back going. And you have different, I'll hit the all button. You have brightness, you have cartoon animals, you have all these different types of audio effects that you could mess with. The main one that I work with is gain. The gain's your best friend. It really, if your audio comes in low, that's the one that if you're going to do this for the first time, you're going to use it all the time. Yes, you have phone, telephone, if you're going to hear somebody on the TV sound like. You have all these different noise overdrives and pitches and stuff, but you really want to get used to the gain. So if I want to use the gain, I just take it, drag it on my clip, gain's on there, hit the arrow right here in my inspector. So notice I dragged my gain to the green because the green's audio, blue's video. This is my punk rock song. Right here, the gain appeared in effects. Hit the drop down that says parameters, and right away you get the gain tool. So I can drag the gain to 8. I can drag the gain to 10. However loud I want it to make, it's much more smoother than just doing keyframes or adjusting the volume on the clip itself. It really boosts the decibels as loud as you possibly can get it to go, or to make it sound as normal as you can. Notice this clip was pretty much good already, so I've gotten in the red. So the red appeared because it just didn't need the gain tool on this audio, but if I needed it, that's where I would go and get it. And again, go through these. Again, for basic editing, you really just want to work with the gain tool right now. A lot of these echoes and these spaces and these specialized or voices to sound like a robot or or to sound like an alien. That's more advanced audio techniques, but you just want to get going with the gain tool for the first time.